Coming up on The Cut, tensions between Israel and Palestine rise, what we know and how a non-profit organization aims to help.
And the Dbacks took the victory on Tuesday, sending them to the World Series, what this means for the team and its fans.
And a special delivery of stolen art made its way onto the doorstep of an art detective in Amsterdam. How 6 pieces of art were restored, The Cut starts right now. Welcome to a special edition of the Cut Network. I'm Lavanya Paliwal.
And I'm Athena Kehoe. Tensions in the Israel-Palestine conflict have heightened after a Hamas attack. This has led to a response from the Israeli government that has caused the death of many living in Gaza. Here's reporter Alana Goodman to tell us more about Israel's response.
Hi, yes, Athena. On Sunday, October 7th, Israel declared war after one of the most violent and deadliest attacks in decades. Rockets and airstrikes between Israel and Hamas continue to fill the air as the days go on. Israel's stance is that Hamas is a terrorist organization whose goal is to liberate the state of Israel. Hamas attacked Israel due to disputes to Israel's policy over the territory. Hamas has been angered by this controversial policy for so long, as well as treatment of the Palestinians. The expansion of Israel's settlements has put in question. Over 1,400 people in Israel were killed from the brutal strike, and the numbers keep rising every day. The aftermath of the attack is the large number of casualties. Children, elderly, and innocent civilians were killed and kidnapped during the attack, even including Holocaust survivors. People are finding out through social media that family members are dead. Hamas is currently holding people hostage, and the Israeli military is attempting to rescue as many people as they can in the Gaza Strip. Tensions are high between Israel and the Palestinian people. People are protesting in cities and college campuses. President Joe Biden visited Israel for humanitarian assistance to get into Gaza, as well as the ability for innocent people to get out. We stand with Israel, and we will make sure we have what Israel needs to take care of its citizens, defend itself, and respond to this attack, said President Biden. Biden also said Hamas does not need to represent the Palestinian people. Hamas uses Palestinian civilians as human shields, and innocent Palestinian families are suffering greatly because of them. For the Cut Network, I'm Alana Goodman reporting.
Thank you, Alana. We will keep you updated as we receive more information.
The ongoing conflict in Gaza has triggered a severe water crisis, with water treatment plants unable to operate due to Israel's cut-off of fuel and supplies in response to recent hostilities. This has left Gaza's 2.2 million residents with limited access to clean drinking water, raising concerns about the risk of waterborne diseases, particularly for children. The crisis has already claimed thousands of lives, including a significant number of children, and displays around 70% of Gaza's population, with tens of thousands of homes and crucial infrastructure destroyed. UN experts strongly condemn the bombing of hospitals and schools in Gaza as crimes against humanity. They expressed outrage over the deadly strike at Al Ahli Arab Hospital and criticized Israel's 16-year siege of Gaza. Despite the current conflicts in Israel, Muslims and Jewish people have continued to uphold their support for one another through the non-profit organization called The New Ground. Cut reporter Abby Jurek is here to tell us more about the organization. Abby?
Thank you, Lavanya. Aziza Hassan and Andrea Hodos had a non-profit fellowship together called New Ground, which has been in business since 2006. The non-profit aims at helping Muslims and Jewish people empathize with one another. Recently, the program has been strained by the war in Israel, but the harmony between Hassan and Hodos remains strong. Hassan, a devout Muslim, and Hodos, a dedicated Jewish woman, have been working together since 2020. The two women recalled details of the long, brutal history of clashes between Israel and Palestine, but later said, quote, "But it's never been this bad," in a recent interview. The two women are more than co-workers. They are close friends. Despite one having deep roots in Israel and the other in Palestine, the women have a continuous, unbreakable bond that remains strong. Hassan even said, quote, "Aziza is like a sister to me. She is family." On the late afternoon of October 15th, Miss Hassan and Miss Hodos sat in a park about 6 miles west of downtown LA.
A circle of Jewish people and Muslims surrounded them. Hebrew songs and recitations of the first chapter of the Quran could be heard in unison throughout the entire park. Hodos and Hassan's story gives humanity hope in a time where unity seems so out of reach. For the Cut Network, I'm Abby Jurek.
Thank you, Abby. If you're interested in donating to Newground, go to mjnewground.org and click on the donation tab.
An off-duty pilot is facing dozens of attempted murder charges after he tried to shut down the plane's engine mid-flight. Authorities say he was riding in the cockpit of an Alaska Airlines flight. The off-duty pilot was identified as Joseph Emerson. He attempted to cut off fuel to the engines by pulling the fire extinguisher handles. The airline crew quickly reset the handles, which prevented the engines from cutting out. The flight was en route from Washington State to San Francisco. The pilot diverted to landing in Portland International Airport, where Emerson was then taken into custody by Portland police officers. The FBI said no injuries were reported on the flight, and this is an ongoing investigation.
In an intense Game 7, the Arizona Diamondbacks defeated the Philadelphia Phillies by 4-2, earning their first World Series appearance in over 2 decades. They will face the Texas Rangers in the Championship Series, starting Friday in Arlington, Texas. Arizona's Corbin Carroll shone with 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs. The Diamondbacks' previous World Series win was in 2001 against the New York Yankees. The victory follows the roller coaster National League Championship Series, with key plays in the 5th and 7th innings securing their place in the Fall Classic. Baseball fans eagerly anticipate this upcoming showdown.
The NBA season is officially back. 2 games kicked it off. The Denver Nuggets beat the Lakers 119-107. Nikola Jokic led the Nuggets in scoring with 29 points and finished the game with a triple-double. LeBron James paced the Lakers with 21 points. The second game consisted of the Suns beating the Golden State Warriors 108-104. The Suns played without their big off-season addition, Bradley Beal, who was out with a back injury. 2 players that have marked Phoenix Suns history are no longer with the team, Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton. We still saw Chris Paul during the game, as he is now on the Warriors. Devin Booker finished the game with 32 points, while Stephen Curry scored 27 points.
After writing classic songs like Toxic, Oops, I Did It Again, and Hit Me Baby One More Time, Britney Spears has decided to take on a new challenge by writing her first memoir. Reporter Chase Westberg has more about the singer's new book.
Thank you, Lavanya. Last Tuesday, the Princess of Pop, Britney Spears, released her new memoir called The Woman in Me, uncovering the reality of her life as a singer, a significant other, and a daughter. Britney Spears, singer of the hit song Baby One More Time, released at the early age of 16, rose to become an iconic pop star of her time. Now, at the age of 41, she writes about the unfair life she experienced during all her fame. In her new memoir, Woman in Me, she reveals the 13-year conservatorship overseen by her father, the sexualized image observed by the public, and her divorce and custody battle of her children. She writes about the mentorship of her idol, singer Madonna, and the highs and lows of the relationships between her and other celebrities. The singer herself posted on Instagram last Friday speaking out on the intention of her book. In the post, she writes, quote, "This is actually a book I didn't know needed to be written," unquote. She goes on to tell her followers, quote, "My motive was not to harp on my past experiences," unquote. Rather, she says she intends to, quote, "enlighten people who feel particularly alone in most cases, or hurt, or misunderstood," unquote. With that, her public voice hints at some heavy content her readers will soon know. Spears followers can now learn about her life behind the scenes and understand how her fame wasn't as always bright as her smile. For the Cut Network, I'm Chase Westberg.
Thanks, Chase. And while we're happy to hear about her book, we hope this doesn't distract her from writing more catchy songs.
A man returned not 1, not 2, but 6 stolen paintings to an art detective in Amsterdam. Art detective Arthur Brand is known for recovering many art pieces. Last month, he had received a stolen painting by Van Gogh on his doorstep. The most recent recovery involved 6 paintings that were worth about $106,000 altogether. The paintings included several portraits, and the man who brought the paintings to Brand insisted that he was not the thief. Brand denied the over $10,000 reward for the paintings and asked for a book voucher in replacement, according to the art newspaper. Well, at least I don't have to worry about anyone wanting to steal the paintings I drew.
That's a lot of money, though.
Yeah, I know. That is crazy.
Thank you for tuning into Cut Network.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram @thecut_network and on Twitter @thecut_ASU. Have a great night.